We're on the market in Black Rotterdam City, and we're just enjoying how people are doing commerce, trade. This is where it all started, where people used to trade their products and services. So this is the original place or the original form of trading. But now we live in a very different time. Everything is more electrical, like our money, our currency. It used to be real fiat currency, like money, paper money and coins. But now it's been a very long time that I had money in my pocket because it's all electrical. It's all on your phone. But that's not the main subject of my video. The main subject of my video is that the market is down. We are in Q2 of electional year 2024, and November, at the end of the year, there are going to be elections between Trump and Biden. But now there are pretty much courts going on because of the allegations that Trump had to pay a prostitute for some transactions with his election money, and that is considered as fraud. And it's the first time that we have seen a president being accused of these accusations and even have to show in court for these things. But as I've been telling you guys, is that we live in a cautious time, in a special time, meaning the biblical war between Israel and Palestine is still continuing. But this year was the year that we as collective people rised up and showed that we were not endorsing the policy of those great countries, meaning the Western country. So it was very obvious to see that we, the people, as collective, were basically not endorsing the policy and the things that they were doing. Talking about the developments, the bombing, and the genocide. We have to put these people before trial. And 2024 is pretty much a great year to see that the truth is coming out. And you know what they're saying, the truth will set you free. Because a lot of people and those people in position are not living by the truth. And yeah, it's very important to be conscious of time and be conscious of the subconscious mind of, as we the people, we as a collective. And this year was pretty hectic, and this year will be pretty hectic, but there's more to come because 2025 gonna be more hectic. Y'all see what's happening in the world, and it's Q2. We're in the 5th month. So we got a lot of shit going. We got a lot more things going. We got a lot more things to see what's basically happening in the world. And yeah, so the Federal Reserve made the choice to not to change the interest policy. They will leave the interest rates at the current levels, 5.25, 5.5. And inflation is still sticky. It's around 3.5. And it means that they have to keep the policy at the same rate. Otherwise, they cannot fight the biggest enemy called inflation. Other than that, Jerome Powell also told us that there's not any sign of stagflation. And that's a positive thing. But is the economy still will continue and will be prosperous with the current condition? Because the economy is strong, but how long can we endure the interest rates of 5.5%? So that is something to think about, because there will be a crack in the system. Keep in mind, the fiat system been here for almost 100 years. We all know that in 1971, we switched from the gold standards to fiat currency by endless printing. And what you have been seeing currently is something that had been happening for years. that the United States is giving those other countries money, not aid, but continue helping them with giving them money and aid, giving them money and lending them money. But it's basically whitewashing. So how can they be in the position to do that? It's because they can endless printing their money. They have a debt ceiling of $35 trillion. But the main question is, how can you default in a currency that you print? That's not possible. You can't default on the country balance sheet cannot default on a currency that they own print. So if you ask me, the whole debt question and the debt ceiling, etc., is just a way of distracting the people of the bigger scheme of things. So you can watch my YouTube video where I try to explain more about these things. And I have a big explaining on what's basically happening. There's a big generational wealth shift happening where people of money, just the elite who have a lot of money, their big money will go shifting to the younger people, and maybe between 30, 40 years old. So that means the people of my age. And we also see that in the developments here in the Netherlands, they are chasing the tax. So the amount of money that you could have without being taxed is being leveled up around 57,000. And it used to be less, but that's because we are gonna earn more money as a collective. So there was no other possibility to raise up the tax level. So keep that in mind. I hope you learned something today, and try to live in faith, try to live in the truth, and try to live in the light, because the truth will set you free. With all the things that are happening in the world, always try to live in the truth. Always try to live in the good, and always try to live in the positive of your own doing. So with that being said, I hope you learned something today, and go check out my YouTube channel where I try to share those videos and knowledge about the macro of things. So not the micro, the big things that are happening on a spiritual base, but also on a conscious base. As we the people, we the collective. Hope you have a nice day, and see y'all in the next video. Peace.